Hi everybody, it's Doreen, and I'm back today with not a card, but it's kind of going to be a card, or at least that's what I'm calling it. It's actually a shadow box. Now I've made one of these previously, and I did it for Mother's Day, and it spelled out the word mom. So this time I decided I wanted to make something where I wasn't actually using the letters, but a photograph inside instead. Now, one of the things I want to point out is that you can purchase this file on the Silhouette website, but you can also purchase the entire alphabet on the Silhouette website, or you can go to 3dcuts.com and purchase the alphabet as well as the numbers. So, what does our shadow box look like that we're going to be making today? This is the shadow box that I have made for my in-laws for their 59th wedding anniversary. So come on and join me, and I'm going to show you how I made this shadow box. Okay everybody, so before we get started with working on our shadow box, I've decided to call this actually a shadow box card. And I'm going to put a link up here in the video on some of the shadow boxes that Chandi has been making. I decided to go ahead and do a tutorial on the one that I'm making today. And I also want to thank Skylar for coming up with this idea. I was trying to figure out what kind of card I wanted to make my in-laws for their 59th wedding anniversary, and I couldn't think of anything, and I started thinking maybe I could do one of the shadow boxes and just put their photograph inside. Now I have done a card previously that I did, I think it was when it was their 57th wedding anniversary, and it actually had a picture of their actual wedding day. So I wanted to go along those lines and just put a photograph of them and something that they could hang up on the wall. So let's go ahead and bring up the supplies and we'll get started making this, what I'm calling a shadow box card. Okay everybody, so putting these shadow boxes together is really quick and easy, but I got so many requests asking me how I did the mom shadow box that I made for Mother's Day. I decided to just go ahead and real quickly show you how I put this together. So we're going to go ahead and bring up the supplies and get started. So when this cuts out, since I'm not using the letters, I'm just using the box itself, it's going to cut out a number 5 on here, but you don't have to worry about that because you're not going to be really using that. So what you're going to do is, I'm using some metallic cardstock, and this is by DCWV. It's called the Metallic Stack. It looks like this. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you do your folding and creasing very well so that you can get your box shape to form. So I'm going to go ahead and use my beacon glue to glue this down because this is metallic cardstock. So I believe Chandi used her glue gun, but I found that using the beacon, it does get it to stick pretty good. So I'm just taking this and folding it in, and I'm holding it for a few seconds. Now I don't know, you could probably use the quick dry adhesive glue as well, but because it's metallic, this is metallic cardstock, I thought I better use something that I know is going to really hold it together and make it stay. So I'm just going along here on my edges and putting my beacon, and then I'm going ahead and folding this in. Now you just have to realize that this is paper, so you want to be careful when you are folding in on your perforated edges. I got a little rough earlier when I was working on something else and I kind of ripped it, so I had to start over again because it's very easy to think that it's not paper because they look just like an actual box once they're put together. So I'll get some glue on this corner here and I'll just hold this in for a few seconds, and then I'll work on my other side, and we'll fold in that piece and glue that one down, and then we'll be ready to do our top layer of our shadow box. So once again, you just fold in, and then you just hold this down. So now we have the bottom to our box, and then I've gone ahead and cut out the inside, and it kind of folded up because of the mat. I'm using a brand new mat with my silhouette, but this paper is, I picked up at the last haul that I did. This is the Forever in Time Heritage Perfect Prints, and it looks like this. So I'm going to put this down inside here, but what I want to do is I just want to make sure that I get this to fold down in here flat. Now, Chandi suggested that she was not going to actually tape hers down, because in that way she could change out the back if she wanted, but I'm going to go ahead and tape this inside here, mainly because I'm not putting any of the letters or anything like that. So I'm going to take my Tombow, my HEG gun, and I'm going to get some tape all around here, and then I'm just going to put this in the inside of the bottom of the box. Now what you can do is go ahead and put your top together too, and then you'll be all, and then add your paper, but I'm just going to do it this way really quick. And I'm just going to lay this down inside here like so. So now let's put our top of our box together, and you'll see it cut out the one, and that's only because it's helping you put together if you were using the letters or the numbers to put the box together. But since we're just doing just this piece of it, we don't have to worry about the numbers. And I actually could have set the Silhouette software not to even bother cutting the numbers, but it really doesn't matter. There's no harm in if you cut them out, or if you do or you don't. I don't mind wasting that little tiny bit of paper. It's when you waste the large pieces, or you cut large pieces and you have pieces left over, that I always try to find something to do with them, because I don't like wasting paper. So we'll get our glue on this one, and we'll close this one up as well. And I've also once again made sure that I folded in my perforated edges very well. And then we'll add our next corner and put our next one together, and I believe this is our last one. Looks like, yes. So, and that is all there is to your shadow box. So I can go ahead and just put this on top of here. And as I said, remember, this is paper, so don't be too rough with it. Make sure we get that folded down up in there. And there is our shadow box. So now I'm going to take this off, and we're going to finish decorating. I'm going to show you what I've done for the inside. Now, I did use the print and cut, and oh, before I forget, you do get a piece with the file that you can put inside here so that they can hang this up, and it fits in there like that. And because I said I don't like to waste paper, when this square in here cut out, because I used this paper stack, the metallic stack is only an 8x8 piece, so I didn't want to go ahead and cut out or take another piece of cardstock just to cut this one little piece. So what I did was, you have this square here in the middle. I took this piece and I laid it at an angle to cut out this piece. I did go off a little bit, but it's in the inside, so you can't see it anyway. So you're just going to go ahead and glue that in there. And that's just so that if they want to hang it up, they can. So I am going to go ahead and glue this in. So I'm going to make sure I get some glue all over this piece. And then I'm going to just put this in the inside. And I'll put it inside there like so, and then fold that up. So then that way if they want to hang this up, they can. So now my next piece is going to sit down in here, and this is just a picture of my in-laws. This was actually taken at my husband and my wedding, and I'm going to pop that up, and then I'm also going to add some other embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'm going to come back with the finished shadow box. Okay everybody, so I am back with the finished shadow box. So I'm going to go over what I did. So what I've done is I've taken some of the bling that I purchased in my last haul, and this is the self-adhesive bling, and added that on the front or the top of the frame. And then I went ahead and made cut out a paper flower and put that here in the corner. And this paper or cardstock is some of the same cardstock that I used to cut out the photograph. And then I've added some leaf sprays here that are kind of like a jewel tone or crystals. And then I've got some flowers here. These little mini flowers are some of the Recollections mini flowers. And I've gone ahead and taken my Yasatomo watercolor paints and painted each one of the flowers just to give them a little sparkle. And then on the corner over here, I've taken one of the butterflies that I purchased in my last, my haul from last year, and I took some of the Glimmer Mist. I believe this was the terracotta orange Glimmer Mist, and it came out this color. And the reason why is a while back I saw a YouTube video on how to keep your Glimmer Mist from sticking in or getting clogged up when you spray it. It said to add BBs, and I went ahead and did that for all of the Glimmer Mists that I own. I think it was like maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 bottles. And what ended up happening was that was not a good idea, because the BBs turned the Glimmer Mist totally different colors, and now my Glimmer Mist is ruined. So I kept some of them because they came out in a color that I could use, but I ended up throwing a lot of bottles away. So this is supposed to be a terracotta gold, but as you can see, it looks more like a brown. But I still like the way it came out because it matches the frame. And then along here on the edge of the picture itself, I decided to try that technique that I learned when I took that class using the sparkle and sprinkle glitters. And so on the edge of here, I used some of the dimensional glue, which looks like this. I put that on first, and then I took one of the colors that they gave us with the class, which is the Lemonade, and that's by Sparkle and Sprinkle, and I went ahead and put that along the edge there just to give it a little glitter shine. So that's it, everybody. This is my shadow box card, or I'm calling it a card, that I've made for my in-laws for their 59th wedding anniversary. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.